Welcome to Mitzvah Torah. This year's entitled Halacha Memory of Leon Issacson Z. What is the catalyst for Availut? So it sounds like a very simple question. What's catalyst for Availut? Burial. That's what begins Availut. Not really. There are several cases where the burial is not the beginning of Availut. And when you have those exceptional cases, then from there it forces you to define more clear what is the halacha catalyst. You can't say burial is the catalyst when there's other variables involved. It shows us something else. So let's take some examples. We mentioned one of the previous shiurim. Person is at Kennedy Airport and the relative does not fly with the body. Those who fly with the body will wait till the burial. They will start only after the burial. But the people that turn around at Kennedy Airport, they're going to start right then and there. And it's not the burial. We have to have another answer. Another case, a person goes ahead, a tragic case, unfortunately, happens in Israel over the years, where a relative is taken captive and killed by our enemies, and they go ahead, they don't give up the body. They're not giving up the body. For the first few days, the relatives are arguing with them, working with the government and trying to get back the body from Hezbollah, Yimach Shemam, and they're arguing and negotiating. There's still a possibility, and this and that. So they're not an Availut, they're not an Aninut. They're not an Aninut, they're not an owning because the body's not with them to be involved in the burial process. They're not an Availut yet either. At what point Availut begins? So if they get the body back, then they do the burial, and then Availut begins after burial. After a week or so, the government said, there's no hope. And the people, the family, everyone gives up hope. These people are wicked, they're evil to the core, there's no chance, that's it. And it's at that moment they decide they're giving up hope. It's at that moment they become Availut. Once again, there's no burial. Body's lost at sea. And they're searching. It's Leon Klinghoff we had years ago. And body's searching, cannot get it back. So what happens? After they give up hope, at that moment they become Availut at that moment. So we cannot say halachically that burial is the catalyst for Availut. Rather, siluk men hamet, the removal from the deceased. That's what the halachic machayiv catalyst is. It is the removal, the severance of the connection to the mate. And therefore, now for that definition, you have a lot of possibilities. So burial is the classic severance of the interaction with the mate, where you're involved, then you bury. That's the ending of the involvement. A person fighting and arguing with the government and the terrorists, whoever it is, that's their involvement. Now it stops. That is the end of the involvement. Then Availut begins. Or a person's at the airport and the body takes away and the person at that moment turns away from the body. That's the end of the involvement of the body. So that begins Availut. So it's not the burial per se that begins the Availut. Rather, it is the cessation of involvement in the body. That's really the machayiv, the causality that's behind the Availut. And then you have all the different details that will fit into that one overarching definition. Shalom.